I recently turned 20 years old. This isn't going to be one of those dumb slideshow videos. Just kidding. Yes, it is. I was about 13 in this photo. I've really grown up. I've learned a lot in these past 20 years. I have an amazing family, an amazing mom who does so much for me, goes to the ends of the earth for me, an amazing dad who always supports me and is there to listen to my every problem, and my amazing sister who always makes me laugh. I have my amazing friends who are able to see me for me and are people I can be 100% myself around and not even worry about it. I finished my first year of college, something I never ever thought in a million years I would be able to do. And I finally found people who love me for me, and it feels really good, and I'm finally at peace with myself a little bit. And yeah, life can be really hard sometimes. Life can fucking suck, but at the end of the day, it always gets better. Here is 20 things I learned in 20 years. Okay, so the first one is pasta isn't good for you physically. I've mentioned this a lot, but I am on a diet now. I have a nutritionist. It's all very exciting. And I never really knew how bad starch was for you, considering more than half of my life, that's what I lived off of, pasta and butter. And it's not like a joke. Like, I literally lived off of pasta and butter. And I didn't realize just how bad starch was for your body until I, got a nutritionist and learned all about it. But physically, it's not good for you, obviously, but mentally it can cure a lot. Pasta has, helped me during some of my darkest times. And yes, that may be the title of my new book. Don't underestimate the power of pasta. It can honestly, a good spaghetti and meatballs can cure a lot. Wearing makeup and looking good for high school is pointless. I used to wake up at 5:30 to straighten my hair, do my makeup for no reason. And it wasn't even to impress anyone. And by the time I got to school, I would be so sweaty that like my makeup and my hair just, there's something about schools that just, you look bad no matter what you do. So no matter how much makeup you wear, no matter, like the lighting is just awful in schools. So no matter what you do, you're not going to look your best. And you just sooner or later have to accept that and realize that everyone around you looks bad too. And just come to terms with that. So stop waking up at 5:30 to do your makeup for school. Just stop. Next one. High school is such a small part of your life. Holds no real significance once you graduate, except for the fact that your grades matter if you want to go to college, of course. But what I mean is that like there are so many people in high school, so many, like 95% of the people I met in high school I don't talk to anymore. So there are very few amount of people in high school that you meet that you'll actually talk to once you graduate. And so don't put too much significance. I know it sucks not having any friends and being lonely and eating in the bathroom, which I did. And if you, have a lot of friends in high school and you're popular, first of all, you shouldn't be watching my videos. I don't make them, I don't make them for people like you. Please give it a thumbs up. If you're just having a rough time in high school now and you think that you'll never get through it, know that you will. And, life doesn't really get better, but it goes on. Really, really having a rough time in high school, I suggest finding a food item in your cafeteria that you really like, something to look forward to, or finding a teacher that you can eat lunch with. I would do that. I used to eat lunch with teachers, and I would switch off because if I ate lunch with one teacher too many times, then they would catch on and be like, well, you really don't seem to have any friends. Why are you eating with me every day? Just make friends with anyone and just stick by that person. I only had 3 good friends in high school, so you really don't need that many. You just need you just need anyone really, a cardboard box. That was not helpful advice at all. College is the best and hardest decision I've ever made. I didn't want to I didn't know if I wanted to go to college, actually, and my senior year of high school, anytime anyone mentioned college, I would freak out and I would just say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. And I decided literally last minute that I wanted to go to college. And, you know, it was a really exciting but also really hard decision because, you know, it's where you're going to be spending the next 4 years of your life. Like, it's not as simple as just being like, oh, okay, well, this school gave me a lot of money. I guess I'll go there and spend the next 4 years. Like, 4 years is a long time. So, in case you guys didn't know, 4 years is a long time. Just because you lose weight doesn't mean you won't gain it back. I used to just have this notion that, like, once I lost the weight, I was done. I'm like, oh, I lost the weight. Great. Now I can go back to eating, like, Reese's again. Give it to me. And I lost a lot of weight the summer before I went into college. And then I got to college and I just ate so much in the dining hall and I gained, like, 10 pounds. People come and go. Not everyone stays forever. Obviously, that's self-explanatory, but it's, I used to have this misconception that anytime someone entered my life, they would be in my life forever, and I would get really sad when they left. But I just kind of have this whole new way of thinking now where it's like, you know, if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be, and I've kept in contact with some people, and then I've lost contact with a lot of people, and that's just okay. I mean, it's not okay, it sucks, but that just is how it is. You know, there's no point in chasing after something that wasn't meant to be. Using only shampoo is so much better for my hair. This is kind of just a note to myself. I have really, like, fine hair, and I didn't realize one day this is the most boring story ever. I'm just imagining me, like, going on Ellen and being like, yeah, so one day I just decided to use shampoo instead of conditioner. Wait, it gets better. And my hair felt a lot better. I've wasted so much money on caramelized coffee. So much money on that I could have used for so many other things. And it's so weird, like, when you get addicted to coffee, because I have a weird thing where I only like buying coffee out. It's like, it's more enjoyable that way. I don't like drinking it at home, so I only get it out. And in that moment, you're like, I need it. Like, your heart is set on it. It's the only thing you want in life. Like, you fucking need that coffee. And then you think about it, you're like, if I added up all the times I bought caramelized coffee, I could have, like, probably bought, like, I don't know, a small mansion. Number 9, I should only do things because I want to. Fuck everyone else's opinion. I still haven't learned this one yet, but it's, I mean, I played the cello for 4 years because my mom wanted me to, and because she loved going to the concerts, and I just felt so bad that I just kept playing it. And by play it, I wasn't really playing it because I was pretending to read music. Grocery shopping becomes less fun as you get older. It used to be so much fun when I was younger and I could run through the aisles, and I used to, like, take all the toys off of the shelves and put them in my dad's car and be like, Dad, buy me this. And now it's just, like, so stressful because I realize how expensive it is to live. And there was this tweet once, and it's like, I didn't ask to be alive, you know, why is living so expensive? But it's so true, like, it's so expensive. I get a few things for the grocery store, I'm like, this will be maybe 20 bucks or something like that. It's like $50. You just realize how expensive everything is, and it sucks. I thought by this point in my life I would for sure know my sexuality, and I don't yet, and I think that that's okay because I don't think I have to know. When I was younger, before I knew much about sexuality and all that shit, I thought, you know, by the time I was 20 years old, I'd for sure, you know if I was gay or straight or whatever like that, but I don't yet, and I think that's okay. Everyone goes through shit, and just when you think you've met the perfect person, you see their weak side. Nobody is perfect. And I know the Hannah Montana song, nobody's perfect, you'll live and you'll learn it again and again till you get it right. I can't tell you the amount of times I've met people in college and I've been like, wow, they have all their shit together. They're really, like, they're so much more organized than me. And then I talk to them and I get to know them a little more. And I realize, like, their life is just as much of a mess as mine is, just in a different way. I spend, like, hours in my own head on just, you know, I go on Twitter, I go on YouTube, and it just becomes all about the numbers and all about the likes and all about, you know, and it's like, getting likes and getting validation on social media is kind of like buying something really, really nice and really expensive. And it makes you feel really good inside for, you know, a day or a few minutes. And then the feeling wears off and then you need it again. And it's, you know, for some people, they don't give a fuck. But for me, someone who, you know, craves attention all the time, it's like I need it. And then when I post, this sounds really, really dumb, and I'm not trying to sound narcissistic at all, but like if I post a selfie or something and like no one comments, I just like think about it and I'm like, why isn't anyone commenting? Why doesn't this have more likes? And that's so stupid. Like hearing myself say that, I want to fucking slap myself. Ow, fuck. There are resources available and people to help. You just have to seek it out sometimes. When I was 14 or 15, I can't tell you the amount of times I felt like I was all alone in this world and I had nobody, and, you know, just, I felt so alone, and I didn't realize how many resources are available, and I always urge, you know, everyone to go to therapy. I think therapy is great, but if your parents either A, don't want you to go to therapy, which is stupid, or B, you can't afford it, there are other resources. You know, there's a crisis text line, there's the suicide hotline, there are, like, you know, there's a good amount of resources out there, and I just think that that's important to state, because a lot of times when you're a teenager, you're not aware, you know, and you just think, oh, well, like, no one cares. And that's not true. A lot of people care about you. I care about you. Number 15, exercising isn't that bad. I used to hate exercising, and I still do to an extent, but it's really not that bad. Like, to take 30 minutes out of your day to go on an elliptical, like, that's not that hard, you know? Positivity is overrated. It's not overrated to think positively. It's more just overrated. People who are just so over positive, and it's like, well, look on the bright side. Well, look on the bright, like, looking on the bright side to me is like the equivalent of saying, don't think about chocolate, and then the only thing I think about is chocolate. And I also think it's just more fun to be a negative person because, you know, just add some darkness to every situation. Just don't be too happy, you know, like be happy, but don't be too happy. Don't be happy enough to annoy me, is what I'm saying. My Green Day Nirvana phase will never end. Back when I was 14 or 15 and I was really depressed, I used to blast Green Day Nirvana music and, you know, cry. When you become gravitated to a band during the darkest points in your life, I think you'll always have a special connection with that band because they helped you through those times. And that's what Green Day and Nirvana is to me. They're two bands that, and Paramore, three bands that really helped me through like some of the worst shit. College isn't as scary as you think. It can seem really, really scary from movies and just everything else, but it's not scary. It's just a lot, and it's overwhelming. And if you don't prepare yourself adequately, then you can easily have a breakdown. This one is really important. This is number 19, so we're almost done with the video. If you made it this far, congratulations. Be yourself. And that is so, this is something I just need to hear, so this is just a speech for my fucking self. I have lied awake many nights. Last night, for example, just wishing I was someone else. And it's not necessarily because I hate myself. It's more just because I think everybody is better than me. And so I look at other successful people and I just go, oh, I wish I could be like them. Everybody likes that person. Oh, I wish I could just be like them and have everybody like me. No one will ever like me being myself because I'm not good enough. And I've just lied awake so many nights and like wished and wished and wished. Close my eyes, open them, and I'm still the same person. So you physically will never be anybody other than yourself. And the sooner you come to accept that, the happier you will be. I still haven't fully accepted it. I'm still working on changing it. I'm always going to be me. And I may always hate myself, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be in my body. And so I might as well learn to kind of accept or love myself. Just, you know, no matter how hard I try. I mean, I could close my eyes, wish I was Barack Obama, Barack Obama, Barack Obama. I'm still me. It's just that I wish I could be someone that everybody else loved. You know what I mean? And this goes back to my social media thing, but you see people on social media and you just wish you could be like that. And you go, oh, well, they have a personality that everyone seems to like, so maybe I should try that personality. And then you start acting like them, and then you start to lose sight of who you are because you're trying so hard to be someone else. And that in of itself really sucks. I would not recommend doing that. Look in the mirror and just say things you like about yourself. I'm not that hard about my physical appearance, for example. Like, I know I'm not like the hottest person ever, but I also know that like I'm not ugly. It's more inside. I'm always attacking myself inside. I always think I'm too sensitive, or what I'm saying is wrong, or the way I said things or the way I say things is wrong. And I always just wish I could have a different personality. But then I realized, oh, if I have a different personality, then I wouldn't be myself, which would be great. And then the last fact is, if life knocks you down 8 times, get up, punch it in the face, go to Wendy's, and get a Baconator. It's gonna get kind of sappy here, so if you don't like sappy stuff, then you could, turn this off and watch a Tana Mojo video. I can't believe I'm 20 because it just sounds like I'm so old. And back when I was 14 or 15, and if I saw a 20-year-old, I'd be like, wow, they're an adult. They have their life together. And I don't have my life together at all. But it's more just that, like, I never pictured my life going this far, if that, like, makes sense. And not in the sense that, like, I was going to die. I used to be in a place where I was so depressed and so down that I couldn't see my future. And I only just knew that I was really, really sad, and that's all I was sure of. And I couldn't picture myself in college. I couldn't picture myself doing any of the things I'm doing now. And even though the things I'm doing now are small, it's still pretty crazy, I never thought I would be in my second year of college, living in an apartment by myself, and that's part of the reason I'm in college going for psychology, because I just want to help other kids out there who felt as depressed as I did when I was a kid, and let them know that, there's hope and they're going to make it out of this, and just when I was really depressed, I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but when I was really sad, my parents tried to help when they could, but they didn't truly understand. And there were a lot of people who wouldn't even try to listen to what I was going through. So I want to be, that person for other kids. Like I said, if I went back to my 14-year-old self and I said, you're going to be 20 making a YouTube video that no one's going to watch, they'd be like, oh, cool, because right now I really want to die. Don't spend so much money on caramelized coffee, and only go to college if you want to go to college. And that's basically the tips I have.